Hey everyone, it's Shy. December has come and gone, and with that, 12 games a year in month 2, the first Snowfall, has been finished. As usual, the game is up on GitHub and itch.io, and the link to them is in the description. With Christmas and my birthday coming up, the second half of the month was going to be a full one, so I had a lot less time to finish everything up. That combined with a not very strong drive to work on this project made it kinda difficult. I did manage to pull myself to work eventually, and work I did. I finished enemies, map generation, and since it was bugging me, I made it so the player sprite points in the direction of the cursor. That part only took me an hour. All that was left for me in the last week, post-Birthmas, was finishing up map generation, making it progress maps after completion/death, and making a few more maps. The test map is still in, but it's easy, so it's fine. Something to make note of is that on this last week, I got on a massive learning spriting kick. A part of that for me was because I'm bad with color theory and all that, so I decided to stick with a limited palette to keep it simple, and the palette being the one from Pokemon Gold and Silver. I decided to start with this project, which meant going back and just recoloring everything. I also fixed the snowball sprites to look a little bit better. And with those bits actually done, I'm finished, half of a week early. It feels weird to actually finish the project before I start writing the video. Something I do need to keep in mind though for the future is that I don't actually have a lot of the last week of each month to work on the project, because I need to make the final video for the month as well, which takes up a good chunk of time writing, editing, and recording for. Much less of a problem this month, but something I need to keep in mind for the future. Now to change up how this last video works a little bit, and to extend the video, it's time for a bit of a reflection on the work I've done and how I feel about the final product. Now I'm going to separate this into 4 different parts. The concept, which is the overall game idea and how I feel the gameplay fits with the theme. Interest, how I felt about working on the project and how I would feel about playing it if it wasn't mine. Satisfaction, which is asking questions like, am I proud of the game? Am I disappointed? Want to die? Those kinds of things. And then finally, future, how I would feel about taking on the game as a full project. The concept, I think, is pretty strong, but I feel like I missed the mark slightly and went off in a bad direction. The game definitely would have been better if I incorporated more shmup gameplay mechanics, like upgrades and that sort of things. What I have is fine, but feels like it's missing something. With some tweaks and maybe some better level design, I could see myself playing it a little bit. Maybe waste like 10-20 minutes, but nothing really more than that. Actually pulling myself to work on it was a struggle though. I'm not really passionate about these kinds of games. I'm not a big shmup fan, even though it's kind of loosely a shmup. So it's kind of hard to pull myself away from projects I actually am passionate about and I really want to work on something that I don't really care about, if I'm being honest. Despite saying that though, I am proud of my work on this project, but I might have used it as more of a vehicle to learn about more minor aspects that I didn't know how they worked. Mostly math stuff, because I'm not that knowledgeable on that, and it takes a little bit of working for me to actually fully understand it. Despite that, I am happy overall. As for the future, I can definitely see a well-polished and thought-out version of this game. Could I make it? Sure. Will I make it? Probably not. Maybe one day I'll get some ideas that'll work and make me want to work on it. But for now, I just kind of want to move on to the next thing. Now then, time to talk about the project for the month of January. There isn't one. Instead, me and Sour are going to be working together as a team for Ludum Dare number 52. The date of which is kind of in this weird kind of flux. It's either on the 6th or the 13th. There was a bit of a weird thing when they were planning it that they didn't account for a holiday. I don't know at the time of recording if they have decided fully on if they were going to change the date, so we'll see. The video for the project will be the following Friday from when the competition actually starts. The good news is that'll free me up to work on other projects, so you'll be seeing me a lot more next month. But that'll be it for me today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.